Hello, I'm Lora Windsor. I'm a social worker. For the last 20 years, I have specialized in grief counseling. For the last 15 years, I facilitated grief groups for Conley Outreach Community Services. And I have found that people often turn to books when they're grieving. I'd like to tell you about a book called Surviving the Holidays Without You, Navigating Grief During Special Seasons by Gary Rowe, R-O-E. What's special about this book is all of the advice that he gives. He really walks you through the holidays. He calls this a grief survival kit designed for the holidays, and I totally support that idea. In the first 2 chapters of the book, he covers a ton of suggestions. He says that holidays are hard because of expectations. Our expectations as well as the expectations of others. In the introduction, he describes about 8 grief truths and tools. Holidays are hard, period. This year's holidays will be different, but they can still be good, and he emphasizes that throughout the book, that the holidays can still be good. Alone time is good. Isolation is dangerous. For the holidays to go well, you must take your heart seriously. Pay attention to your feelings, pay attention to what's going on inside of you. You get to choose what you do, when, and with whom. You'll need compassionate and safe companions for this journey. You're not leaving your loved one behind, but moving on with them in a new way. And I really like that one in particular. You're not leaving your loved one behind, but moving on with them in a new way. Don't let the holidays use you. Use the holidays to grieve well and love others. He talks about a new feeling people probably will have during the holidays when they're grieving and mourning the loss of a loved one. Feelings of bittersweet. There are tricks to learn how to it's a skill to learn, to learn to manage bittersweet, where you feel joy and sadness at the same time. Joyful things are also sad because your loved one isn't there, and that happens in many different ways during the grief journey. You might be going to a wedding that's a happy occasion, but it's sad at the same time because your loved one isn't there with you. And so learning to manage bittersweet is a good skill to have. He suggests making the holidays work for you. Learn to manage the expectations. And again, he emphasizes holidays can be tough and good at the same time. He encourages you to either think in your head or write this down on paper, what your expectations are, and your best guess as to what others' expectations are. And then he asks which expectations create stress and which ones are unrealistic, and that's definitely worth thinking through ahead of time. He observes that grief is messy and holidays are messy too. He has 4 tips that I particularly like. Be kind to yourself. I call it cutting yourself some slack. Give yourself more wiggle room. Don't expect as much from yourself or from others for that matter. Work on accepting where you are right now in the grief journey. And that's, a realistic assessment of where you are right now in this grief journey. Comments that I've heard from people who have read this book is often, I wish I had read this book the first year, or I wish I had read this book sooner. It is so helpful. There are some religious references in the book which support his ideas. Even if that's not for you, I find that this book can be very helpful for managing the holidays, and I encourage you to check it out. Thanks for listening.